Good question. How do you determine if a client is a good fit? I talk to them and I look for red flags. So common red flags for me would be something like we just don't get along that well. You know, I might make a sort of a joke and they don't get it. That's not good because I make a lot of jokes, and if they don't get it, it's going to be a really long relationship in a bad way. I mean, another thing is if they immediately contact me about and mention in their initial contact that they fired the previous person or they've had a bad experience with consultants in the past, but we'll give you a try. That's not very interesting to me. Other things that are a problem is if they say something like, oh, for somebody like you, this shouldn't be that hard. You know, they're already saying, oh, this isn't that hard, basically dismissing my expertise by saying that it should be easy. Things like that. You know, it's kind of like if I was going to summarize all that, the way I summarize all that is that I don't work with clients I wouldn't want to go out to dinner with. And anytime I've violated that principle, I have 100% of the time regretted it. So whatever the red flags are for you, they'll be different for everyone. But for me, it's basically like, if I don't want to hang out with you, I don't want to work with you, because we're going to be hanging out a lot, even if it's virtually. Other things to worry about if a client is a good fit. It could be that you get along with them great, but they are just too small to afford you because the value that you will deliver is just not enough to justify your cost or your price. So, you know, if the lowest amount of money I'm going to charge for something is $5,000, like I don't get out of bed for less than $5,000. So if somebody is just running a mom and pop pizza place and they want me to like redo their mobile web experience, I can't charge them $5,000 and expect them to be like, oh yeah, that's too much for us, but we understand that you're an expert, so we'll pay it. No, that's them throwing money away. They're not going to get a return on investment. So, you know, you do have to find clients that stand to benefit so much from what from your expertise, what you're going to deliver to them, that you can set a price that's way higher than your cost and way less than the value you're going to get. So if your cost is down here and their value is way up here, you set a price around here and everybody wins. You can usually determine that if you haven't figured it out from the initial email conversations, you can almost always do it by having a why conversation like I discussed earlier. Talk to them about what the desired outcome of the project is, how will they measure progress toward that goal, what would a home run look like, so on and so forth.